Hello everyone, and welcome back to the channel. I'm going to apologize preemptively if you hear or have a hard time hearing me because my boyfriend's asleep in the room next door. So, first of all, some of you are probably screaming at me, "Where have you been? You keep saying you're gonna make videos, and then we never hear from you." Well, I've been a bit timid to make some videos, and I think part of the problem is I feel like I've been depriving you guys of something important in these videos, and that's me, like the me in the videos. I have been trying very hard to be very professional about these, and like on point, and like super extra professional, instead of just like being my usual weird, quirky self. I've been trying to appeal to the masses instead of just the community that likes me for who I am. And for that, I am sorry. And I'm going to refrain from doing that. From now on, you guys are just gonna get like me, my weird, quirky, jokey self with like everything that encompasses, because I feel like you guys seem to like that better, and like the few instances that it slips through, and I feel like you resonate better with it. But also, it's a lot easier for me to make videos that way for you guys, than to like feel like I need to transform myself into this other person, this like shell of myself to make a video for you guys. So look forward to that. This will also be the first of many videos you're gonna see of me looking like this, and hopefully going forward you will be seeing this, because I had been trying to rein in my look a little bit, just a little bit, not like a lot, but like definitely with the makeup. I tried to rein it in to kind of appeal to a wider audience, and I don't think I'm gonna do that anymore. I think I'm gonna go back to being my weird self. Okay, but I digress. That topic is not what today's video is about. Today's video has taken me a lot of courage to put up because I wanted to talk to you guys about something that's been bothering me for a while. And it's this disassociation that people have, or these like stereotype ideas that people have about depression. Yes, I know, I just lost a bunch of viewers just now. But here's the thing. People don't seem to understand depression for what it really is. I think a lot of the stereotypes out there are really off. So, you might have heard, if you have ever been depressed, or if you have, like me, like clinical depression, where it's just a thing that you have, you might have heard, "Oh, well, what do you have to be depressed about? Your life is okay, your life is great." Or, "Why are you sad?" Or, "Oh, you're just being that way to get attention." Or, "There's nothing for you to be depressed about." And there's like one other famous one that I've heard a million times that I can't think of at the top of my head. That when I was like going through all the things that people have said to me before, there's a difference between being sad and like developing depression because of an incident that happened in your life. That in itself is a different type of depression than clinical depression or seasonal affective disorder style depression, which happens when the light changes and it like triggers stuff in your brain. You don't get as much vitamin D, you don't get light exposure, and that can amplify any depressive traits you might already have. Unfortunately for me, I suffer from both seasonal affective disorder, also called SAD, and I have clinical depression, which is just kind of a always thing. And I have had these since I was like 5 years old. I was diagnosed with them and at such a young age, and they have been with me throughout my life. Though I will say a lot of my symptoms as I've gotten older have changed and altered. As I've learned to, like, it's almost like a mutation thing, like as you learn to deal with like the symptoms that you have, they're like, oh, okay, well, you figured it out, so we got to develop like a new thing for you to deal with on a regular basis to torment you now. It sucks. And that's kind of something I wanted to address too. Like, who in their right mind would want to pretend to be depressed if once they learn like what depression really is for attention? Like, I don't think anyone would want that. I think anyone who has suffered severely throughout their life or has felt held back by their mental illness that they have would trade with someone else in a heartbeat. Like, oh, you don't have this thing going on with your brain that completely tries to control your life? I'll trade with you any day. Like, for me, my depression manifests as anxiety, like lack of motivation. So like everything, I am a very ambitious person at heart, and I've been told I'm a very happy person and like optimistic and positive, and I have a bouncy personality, but I'm very low energy, and that's because of the depression, because I want to do all these things, but I always feel like I have weights on my body and like soul almost, like that are just things that are just holding me down and holding me back, and it's extremely difficult. Like things just like getting out of bed is a struggle, like getting ready for the day is hard, just being a person can be very hard. And you know, like this is something I've had to deal with my whole entire life, and it sucks. Because like I said, like I'm a creative type, and I have all these ideas going through my head, and I have all these ambitions and goals that I want to achieve with my life and create and do, and I love the idea of like making something and like seeing it happen because of my efforts. But that whole thing, the depressive part of me and the chemical imbalance in my brain that creates my depression is a complete contradiction to all that, and I'm just kind of like, oh, you want to do that thing? Nope. It sucks. It sucks so much to just like have all of your ambition and just feel like it's being slowly drowned in a lake. And I struggle every day, and I work very hard to do it and get up and like do the things I want to do, and I always feel I'm the type of person that pushes myself, and I tend to self-sabotage in a way, because if I don't achieve all the things that I want to in a day, I make myself feel bad about it. And I've been told I'm very hard on myself for no reason, but I don't know. I expect a lot more from me, then maybe I should, but... Anyway, moving on. Another thing that people associate with depression is suicidal tendencies. So people a lot of, and I see this almost on people's faces if you bring it up. Like, I've had to tell people before, even though it's not really any of their business, and people automatically assume, oh, well, you're a high risk for suicide. And that's not always true. In fact, a lot of times it's not true. Like, there are people who definitely are suicidal, but there are people who just live with depression on a daily basis and work it out through their lives and stuff and are fine. They don't want to die or anything. Like, I have no suicide tendencies, really. Like, I don't want to die. I have too much I want to do to want to die. Like, there are so many places I still haven't visited yet. There's so many, like, bands I want to see live perform. There's experiences that I want to have. Like, I don't want to die. And that isn't to say that I don't get down in the dumps sometimes and feel like, oh, like, life's hard, this sucks, why isn't anything going my way? Like, this is garbage, like, why can't things go right for me? But I would almost say that I get angry rather than, like, suicidal. You know, because I try really hard. I do. I put in so much effort to try and, like, make things work out. And when they don't, like, you get frustrated and you get angry and, like, you know, that kind of thing. But I don't think I turn to, like, darker thoughts than that. Anyway, thank you for joining me on this little rant video. And like I said, it took a lot for me to make this video because this isn't a topic that I know everyone is comfortable talking about, but it's something that's bothered me for a while because even to this day, my own dad still says to me, like, well, why are you depressed? Your life is going really well right now. You're doing good. Like, what do you have to be sad about? And I just look at him, I'm like, I'm not sad. I'm actually very happy with my life. But that's not what depression is. So if, like me, you have people that say stuff like that to you, I don't know, show them this video or, like, take points from this video to have a conversation with them about it. I don't know. It's just something I need to get off my chest, and hopefully maybe you guys found it helpful. I do have one really awesome recommendation. This little Zine, I think it's called. It is super helpful and it's very fun to read, and it's, like you can see, it's not very long. It's a very small book, and it's I will try to find a link where you can get it and put it in the description below so that you guys can read for yourself, because it has a lot of good advice, but it gives it to you in, like, such a direct kind of way. Like, it's not like a 400-page book. Like, this literally is like 60 pages long. And it's nice little reminder. You can keep it with you where you go, put it in your bag for a pick-me-up, like dog ear, or highlight some of the notes in here. But I have found it very helpful for motivational purposes and to help pick myself up. I will try to put some helpful links in the description as well if you guys want to check those types of things out. And also, if you found this video helpful, please let me know in the comments below. Maybe I will make more videos like this in the future, because there's a slew of things that we could talk about. If there are other topics you want me to talk about, put it in the description below and I will take a look at those, or in the comments below, sorry, and I will take a look at those and we will see where that goes. Also, quick little pin. I have a Patreon now, so I will link that in the description box below as well. So you guys can head over there and check that out. There are public posts available. If you can't subscribe or anything, that's fine. I totally get it. But there's also posts available for the $1 tier that's on there, where you guys can have a say in what the next video topics are going to be about, as well as a whole bunch of other goodies too. So check that out. It would be super helpful. And I'm also on Twitter now, so you guys can get insights into my mind all the time if you like. I don't know, does anyone use Twitter too, besides the idiot that's in the White House? Anyway, thank you so much for watching. I love you all, and I hope you have a great day. Bye-bye!